is not.
Yeah, that's the recognition of what is. How you recognize what is by seeing what's not.
Yes, and it's just there, and it's, and that's where the discussion, that's where you can't really.
It's like two fish in the ocean talking about water and describing all of its qualities. They're totally immersed in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes? It's sort of like, it's the way the mind acts as if it isn't wet by thinking about being wet, by studying being wet, by hoping it can be wet someday. This is the way it actually implies that it's dry. It's all made up. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Much quicker solution. Yeah.
Yes.
If you were really dry, shit.
There's this quote, because I find all of this just brings a lot of laughter. And there's this quote about this idea of enlightenment, and what I've basically what I've come to understand is that enlightenment is not this I need to get over there and I will have it, because that's just more the self traveling along the path, its projected path. But enlightenment is just a realizing, making real the fact that there's nothing else you have to do, no one you have to be. You just what is at this moment is it, and in that there's nothing that needs to be obtained, so to speak. But that's what I really like in the 12-step in the program at AA. How it doesn't talk about a spiritual attainment or a spiritual acquisition, like you were lacking it, and then you almost like a diploma, you got spirituality at the end of it. It's an awakening to what is. And so it's
but the awakening doesn't happen to anyone.
Yes. Yes, and it's difficult to, because in the course of this conversation, I haven't thought that I have completely grasped or understood, but I feel like I'm tasting,
The tasting is it. The tasting is it, bro. That's all.
Yeah.
That's taste.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
But it's made apparent even more in this conversation that, but it's made apparent, and this is what I was going to say, that I could use some more tasting. But that is self saying that it needs to get more. it needs something else.
But here, there may be a need to have more tasting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was what was really interesting. In this one of your recent in the last couple weeks podcasts I was just listening to. It was very much about the fact that we seem to be here, and if the house is on fire, get some water and put it out, and tending to things as they are here. And I was wondering if you could elaborate on that a little bit, because I tried. You outlined, you described my experience perfectly when you were talking about somebody else, about how I tried I had these issues going on, and I tried but there's no Jason, and this isn't real, and it just becomes denial, and it just becomes,
first of all, it doesn't work anyway. No, it doesn't hold water. No, but that's in a sense you can, in the Course in Miracles, if I can remember correctly around it, they have a discussion about different levels here of mind, yes, in the manifestation, and that there are, or like in Buddhism, they would call them skillful means. Yeah? Mm-hmm. So a certain level, let's say there's a real feeling of being you, and your house is on fire. Then on that level, there's a need for skillful means. Yes, get some water, get the biggest bucket, get it on there as fast as possible. That would be skillful means. Yes, to try to apply from that point of view of being the one whose house is on fire, to try to apply another level of let's say a solution, which is there is no house and there's no fire and there's no you. It won't work in that strong pantomime of a cell burning in a house. It's much better to get a pail of water. Yes, so it's important to recognize what level mind is playing on. Mm-hmm. Yes, so that the appropriate solution, quote unquote, can be entertained. Yes.
Yes.
And there's a lot of mistaking levels. Yes. See, because there's mistaking of levels. So people will they're having a hard time in their relationship, and their girlfriend's confronting them. They go, "Well, I couldn't have done anything because there's no Paul to do anything to you." And the girl will go, "Fuck you," It's all baloney. It doesn't work. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is like trying to use a certain idea. So there's the solution of nothingness that's been made into something like an advantage. Oh, I have this understanding that I never did anything, so I'm absolved of all accountability here. That doesn't fly here. Yes.
It's more mind candy.
It's all baloney. Yes. So it's good to see that, and a lot of times, in a way, when people are entertaining this idea, they go through phases like adolescence with it. Yes, like they get the aha, or the sense of the unspoken yes. That's like that childlike confirmation. And then there's adolescence. They start, things come up and feelings and this, and they're engaged in life, and they're trying to use this as a way to navigate better, or get some immunity to accountability, or get permission not to do what they don't want to do anyway. And then hopefully it matures into another stage, in a sense. And this is all a translation here. Yeah. So then, but the mind entertaining that can translate into a more of a maturity, where all that little trying to get an advantage from it is dropped. Yes. And it's just like in Buddhism, in Zen, they'd say, first there is the mountain, then there is no mountain, then there's a mountain again. So, all right, you're seeing everything as I'm the subject, they're the object, life is imposing its will on me, I don't like it, Then there's maybe a sense of an unspoken yes occurs, and then all at once or over time, there is no mountain. Wow, this is unbelievable, nothing, this isn't happening, and you get this big rush of freedom that you think is going to be like a prize you're going to have here. Then the mountains appear again. Everything seems just to be the way it once was, yes? But the flavor has changed dramatically, yes? The flavor of how you travel over the mountains as an action figure has changed, yes? Yeah, that's more like what it's like, yes? So some people, you get the unspoken yes or the resonation, and then there seems to be, it seems to come and go, yes? Because the center is still selfing, yeah? It's coming, I have it, then I lose it, then I have it. Then then you have moments of always so-ness, and then after a while, maybe you realize that every moment is always so-ness. Who knows, yeah? then it becomes a state in a way. It doesn't become anything, but this is how it can appear. So now it gets more stabilized. In recovery, I would call it the movement from surrender to surrendered. Yes? You're on a state where that irritability, restlessness, and discontent, that underlying catalyst for seeking, has been flipped, and now there's an ease and comfort, in the traveling. That's a state now. So those states start happening, and there's experiences that are very influenced. Your experience during your day now gets influenced by no-thing. The state of no-thingness becomes the dominant influence in your traveling in thing world. Yeah. That's what happens. So mind is just coming out of a mental yogic posture called selfing. Yes, it comes out just like in Zen or Buddhism. They would say the enlightened mind and the ordinary mind are the same mind. Yeah. One is in one format, it's appearing, or it's streaming that one format, which is selfing, and then there's the other format, which is recognizing it's not a self. Yes?
Yes.
It's all mind, and there's different streams of it. Yeah.
Let me ask you really quick.
Yes.
What does my video look like on your end?
It looks all right. It had a little phase there, and then it went back. But we got to end soon, bro.
Okay, yeah. We can...
we got a lot of material.
We did, and
we can always do this again. We can do it again, but...
yeah, it's getting late here, and I just... If there's anything I learned, or became a little bit more aware of, is that I don't know.
That's great, because that's how you find out, bro. You find out by not knowing. That's how you find out. It's a different form of knowledge.
Yes.
Yeah.
So let this be my official internet admission that I've thought I've been lately. I think the self has thought it's been knowing some things, and and so this has been very, very good for me, and I hope it's been good for anybody who's watched this. It'll be up on YouTube. It'll be up on our website, which will be launching soon, and I can't thank you enough. And again, not just for this, but for our whole correspondence, and you're a great, as you like to call it, you're a great mailman, delivering a great letter, a great invitation.
That's right.
And,
rain or shine. Yes.
Yeah. So I really appreciate it.
No problem.
I really do.
We'll talk, We'll talk again.
Yeah,
Give
definitely.
me a call next day or two. Let me know how everything went.
Yeah. I'll do some. I'll look it over, and it all looks like it went well. So,
all right.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Take care.
Take care, and viewers, www.zenbitchlab.com.
Yes.
And YouTube, Paul Hederman's and Bitch Slap, and then the podcast I highly recommend subscribing to. It's
How do you subscribe to that? I don't know. Oh, you mean just download them?
Yeah. When you go to the iTunes store, you can, for any podcast, you can click subscribe, so it automatically downloads.
Great.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
So.
See, I don't even know what's happening really.
Yeah.
I have a webmaster.
Well, that's great.
I'd like to actually thank our webmaster, Steve. He's done everything for free, so to speak. This has just been a labor of love or whatever, and I want to send out some kudos to him, Steve.
Nice.
Steve Kiss down in San Jose. Great webmaster. Yes.
Well, I owe a lot to Steve then as well.
Yes, you do. Seriously. He's the one that brought it. He's the one that put it together like 2.5 years ago. He's the one who set up the website, and he's the one who maintains it. So,
cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
All right, bro. I'll see you.
All right.
Take care.
I'll see it.
Yeah.
Thank you. Take care.
You're welcome,
Bye.
man. Bye.